Hello guys, welcome back to the show. Today is August 30th, 2017. I'm Bit Informant and I'm here to bring you some news and happenings in the cryptocurrency space. If you are new to the channel, welcome. Subscribe if you like it. If you're coming back, well, thanks for checking it out again. So let's jump right into it. So I see here a headline that came out today, August 30th. You see Moscow Stock Exchange welcomes cryptocurrency trade. So that's a big deal. So that's pretty much saying in Russia you can buy cryptocurrencies legally on the stock market in like stocks, or maybe packaged in a mutual fund or something. So that's a big deal. Now it goes on to say that in order to combat money laundering and criminal activity, the whole blah blah blah, Bitcoin is used for illegal activities, as if fiat currencies aren't like the gangster method of laundering money. And that's like the textbook way. Anyways, they're limiting it to qualified investors. So you need to have $100,000 or more to invest. I don't know how that's going to stop money laundering, but whatever. So it continues to go on, and it just shows how bullish Russia is about Bitcoin and the whole cryptocurrency space. I mean, they're talking about ICOs. Later down in the article, it talks about how Vladimir Putin met with the creator of Ethereum, which, what is his name? Vitalik Buterin. He is the creator of Ethereum, and they met to talk about the future of cryptocurrency. So if that isn't telling that Ethereum is going to be very well accepted, at least on the government side of Russia. I mean, he met with Vladimir Putin. That's a huge deal. So that makes you want to be pretty incredibly bullish on Ethereum after hearing something like that, and just ICOs and cryptocurrencies in general. So yeah, this one's a pretty big deal. You can go ahead and read. There's a whole lot of other information here that I'm not going to cover just to make it brief. But pretty much what I took away from it is, well, Ethereum and Russia, and they're accepting it. And, Russia is always combated with the West and the dollar. So what's a better way to combat the dollar, if you don't like it, is to adopt cryptocurrencies. So, this could just be a whole plan of Putin's sleeve to even make the dollar even worse. So anyways, I think this is pretty serious to consider. And I mean, shit, the amount of money that's going to flow in after this gets enabled and developed into the stock exchange. I mean, it goes in here to say that they've already been working on computer architecture and developing the physical systems to allow cryptocurrency trading. So they've already been thinking about how to integrate this, and I have a feeling they're going to roll this out relatively quick. So, I don't know, keep an eye on this one. This is a big deal. This definitely makes me feel like, I don't know, I hate to say irrationally bullish, but yeah. And here's another article that just kind of backs this up even more. According to CoinDesk, $100 million, Putin wants to create an ICO along with this other mining company to raise $100 million to create a mining farm company. And that's going to bring Russia to the forefront of mining. I mean, Putin wants to be a global leader in this. He wants to see a bright future with cryptocurrencies. Let's do it. So, yeah, check this one out. Pretty much what you have to take away from this is Russia's bullish on Bitcoin. I mean, Ethereum, the second biggest cryptocurrency in market cap. So, yeah, the future's looking certainly bright. And on another front, I don't know if you guys are familiar with GBTC. That's the Bitcoin Investment Trust. That's actually a market you can trade legally as a normal investor here in the U.S. I buy it on Fidelity under the ticker GBTC. What it is a trust that tracks roughly a tenth of a Bitcoin. It's something a little less than a tenth of a Bitcoin, I think, but for all practical purposes, 10 shares is 1 Bitcoin. So, I mean, look at the price today. $927 for roughly a tenth of a Bitcoin. So what I take from this is that, if what they call the Wall Street guys or whatever, people who are in the traditional system, if they're buying Bitcoin at a price of $9,270, an equivalent price, well, I mean, maybe that's a pretty good target for where the actual Bitcoin is going. I mean, because in all honesty, you'd only hold GBTC because you don't want to actually hold the Bitcoin, or you just don't think it's legal or something. So you want to be super secure and buy GBTC, or you already have the money like sitting on Fidelity or something. I mean, freaking, you can invest in GBTC with your Roth IRA or your IRA or whatever your retirement account. So you can get into Bitcoin with your retirement account now. That's great. Anyways, the point of this is that it's trading at over 100% premium of what Bitcoin's at. So that's a pretty bullish indicator for Bitcoin. So stuff is looking really bright right now. And since we're on the topic of that, let's just head over to CoinMarketCap and check out. Today we're sitting at $167 billion market cap. I just tweeted, 2 or 3 days ago that we were at 155 or something. So this market is growing at an insane rate. If you don't know about CoinMarketCap, I'd head over here. And this is just the top cryptocurrencies from 1 all the way down. And they organize them by market cap. So you can see up here it says the Bitcoin dominance is 45%. That means the $75 billion that Bitcoin has is 45% of the total. So that's its dominance. Yeah, we could get going all day on this stuff, but check this stuff out. Look at the GBTC price, track that. That's a good indicator. The Russian stock stuff is super bullish. Let's just head on over and look at that's the futures chart. Let's look at the Bitstamp hourly chart here. Looks like we took a nice big rise, and then we're kind of correcting into this little pennant structure. I'm not going to elaborate too much on this, but you know how this plays out. This could see some serious upside if this breaks upward. We'll just wait for some volume, some confirmation around here. We still have some time to oscillate in this little channel, and it's going to decide a direction here pretty hard. And based on a lot of the things I'm reading and the sentiment I see in the space, it surely has room to go higher. That's all I have to say. Another coin I've been watching pretty closely is Dash. Dash has had some serious volume in the past week or so. It's recovered from some serious lows. There's a common theme in a lot of these coins. They kind of sold off for a while there, where Bitcoin was rising up into the 2500s, 3000s, and then they hit pretty much capitulation, and then we just reversed pretty hard on a lot of these coins. And I still think they have some room to go. This morning when Bitcoin was rising pretty hard, Dash actually corrected. Well, maybe I had my triangle just a little wrong there. But yeah, you can see that powerful formation form that energy, and it just breaks out here. Don't really have enough volume yet, but I still have confidence in Dash. Monero's just been kicking butt. Along with all this news I showed you guys, I think that privacy coins like Monero, I think, I'm not very familiar with Pivx is one. Dash I've heard is good, but from what I've heard, Monero is the best. Zcash is supposed to be pretty good too. So check those things out. Think about it. So many people are going to flood into cryptocurrencies, and when you have a coin like, say, Monero that's been around for a long time and it's known and people trust it, they trust the developers, they see this, it's just a good coin. So, and it's private. When you look at the Monero blockchain, it doesn't show who you sent your money to and who received it. It doesn't show the amount. So, only you, the holder of the private key, can see your version of the blockchain and how much funds you have. So your funds are private. Once you push money into Monero, you kind of just disappear, right? You just lost into that blockchain right there, and then you can, do whatever after that. but you could still reveal yourself after doing that. So there's tons of precautions if you want to hide yourself. But anyways, the point is that privacy coins are probably going to be in hot demand. And like I said earlier, Ethereum, just with that Russia news, I don't think the ICO wave is done. I think ICOs are gonna, as much as I think they're the plague of crypto and a lot of scams, and I just don't like really the ICO scene very much, but doesn't mean I'm gonna fight the trend. Yeah, Ethereum's looking bullish all around. We had some, on the ICO platform news, we had some stuff about Neo in China. China came down and said, oh, the ICOs are no good, or they're not going to allow them. And the whole steam under Neo was that it was going to be China's version of Ethereum. So Neo took a pretty large hit price wise, but I just don't think it's not going to happen. So I still think Neo is going to do something in the future. I still think China's going to get ICO somehow. It's just reminiscent of the past years in Bitcoin when China would come out and say they're banning Bitcoin. That happened several times over years, and China never banned Bitcoin. It was just FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt. So yeah, let's see how Neo plays out. And I just want to look at Litecoin real quick. I don't want to make this too long. So this is a Litecoin daily chart. Had a massive sell-off for a while, many months, reversed hard, fell pretty hard. I think this was the SegWit activation for Litecoin here, so you got the sell on news type of deal. But you hit this support level right here, and we're reversing. We have a lot of volume here. I could see, depending on what Bitcoin does, which is usually always the case, is actually what we've seen here is Bitcoin surging and alts pulling back, and then as Bitcoin calms a little bit, alts gain a lot. I mean, that's why we're at 167 billion market cap. I mean, the overall trend is increasing, even though alts kind of take a hit when Bitcoin really goes up. There's money pouring into this space, and really 167. I mean, Bitcoin's going to set records. Or crypto is going to set records, not Bitcoin. The whole cryptocurrency sphere, I mean, $160 billion is freaking awesome. But that's not setting any records yet. I mean, there's really no records to be, but you know what I mean. I think it's gonna blow people out of the water. It's gonna be ridiculous. Maybe it doesn't happen on this run, but I don't know. I think these ICOs are gonna be absolutely crazy. So, well, we got sidetracked from Litecoin, but yeah. Litecoin certainly does have a promising future, so I would keep an eye out on that one. Look at the volume, certainly picked up. Just think long term here, guys. Just don't get caught even in the daily charts. Sometimes you just have to zoom out and look at the monthly chart and get a whole different perspective of things. So yeah, well, you guys take it easy out there, trade safe. Make sure you have some long-term bags, and thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next video.